What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Hard Angle Barn YouTube channel. We're back on the G again. We are going to fix the header issue. The steering shaft touches the header. It's got aftermarket tubular headers, and they're a lot bigger than the factory. So we're going to go ahead and rectify that. Driving it back the other day, I drove it to work and back to see how bad the vibration was, and it actually dropped all the bolts out of the downpipe. That's how bad the vibration is. So the downpipe's disconnected from the header. What we're going to do first is raise the coilovers up about an inch. It looks awesome where it is, but it's super hard to get in and out of almost anywhere. So we're going to sacrifice a little bit of look until we get it on air suspension eventually, and then we can, you know, park it on the frame and drive it where it's nice to drive, but sucks. But then we're going to get it in the barn and do the header. All right, I'm going to start it, move it to a flatter spot, but you'll hear how the exhaust is kind of open right now. It sounds terrible. Am I going off the edge? Thanks for saying something.
There.
We're going to measure each corner from the fender to the edge of the rim. Since we're going to change the ride height, it's a good opportunity to make sure the car is sitting level. So here we're at 2.5 inches rim to fender. Look, it fits under your bumper now. Right to the fender. Oh, scuff them on the asphalt.
Rust.
I remember how much this sucked now. All right, I got an inch in there now. I'm tightening her down. It's always fun tightening these effing race slams. Self-sensor. Ow! Cheyenne's gonna try to do her own coilovers. So you'll feel around and you'll find a groove.
Can't see.
Yeah, it's kind of stiff. This side needs oiled, but I don't have any right now because we're in the driveway. I'm betting we could probably put it down without the ramps now. See if it'll touch the bumper. Look at that, it's like workable now. Well, it's ugly height. But I guess that's not too bad for the new ride height. It's not quite as cool. Whoa, hit the zoom. It's not quite as cool as that, but it'll work. So I didn't film the rear coilovers, it's more of the same, adjusting those. But this is the new ride height. It's not exactly where I don't know, is it where you like it, or did you like it lower?
Well, I liked it low, but I couldn't go anywhere.
Well, we're not talking about practicality. Practicality doesn't matter. Like I said, in the future it's supposed to get air suspension, so we can make it as low as we want then. But for now, being her only car to drive right now till her Altima's done, honestly it should be a little bit higher, and I won't need to try as hard to get in the barn. So, as you can see, it's snowy everywhere. So it's nice and snowy at the barn as well. So we're gonna wait a couple days for the snow to melt off and everything to dry out, so I can get the 240 out, get the G in. We'll be under the car, suffering, pulling this header. So we adjusted the coilovers on Tuesday. Yesterday was Thursday, and we got a whole bunch of snow again. And this is Friday morning, and it's snowing again. So, yeah. I've never seen so much snow in February. Like, Well, it's super snowy and super muddy, so here goes nothing. I mean nothing, I mean it's not gonna work. Well, what am I bottomed out on? Everything, because I missed the ramp. I just had to back it in. So this is what we got going on. Stacking all the wood ever under the front wheels. Hopefully that'll give me enough clearance to get in here. That was not worth it. You know what it is worth? Not changing downpipes in the driveway again. Alright guys, no joke. I got up at 6:50, looked outside at 7 o'clock. 1 or 2 flurries were flying. What time is it now? 7:20. I got dressed and everything. Look at it. It's like, it's coming down now. I know it seems like every video I'm like, oh my god, it's snowing like 3 times. That's because a lot of my videos take more than 1 day to film. And it snows like every 3 days now. No snow November, December, barely January, and then February it's just dumping. Okay, so the G is up on ramps. Hopefully I'll have enough space between the side of the car and the side of the block here to get some of the bolts off of the header, do the rest from underneath, and then what I'm going to do is you'll see me use my snap-on scanner to center the wheel perfectly, pull the steering shaft off, and then get the header out that way. And then hopefully put it into vise, and then heat it up with the torch, beat the shit out of it with the hammer, and then it'll clear the steering shaft, and we won't have any more of these issues, and we can finally enjoy the G. Well, not we, but mostly Cheyenne. So I don't have my partner here to help me film today, so I didn't get a whole lot of getting the header bolts off. I only have one left. Yeah, studs with no bolts. So this is the last one right here. The bottom one I got by reaching around the motor mount. It actually wasn't too bad. This is the only one that's left, and I left this one for last because I was dreading it, because you can kind of see the stud touches the header. So you have to actually loosen the bolt, or sorry, the nut, as you're pulling the header off with it, because in its current position is the only place the wrench fits. So, but yeah, so far all the YouTube videos are like, this is the worst thing ever. This isn't honestly too bad yet. So here we go. I'm ready to pull off the steering shaft, and I want to make sure I'm going to put it back in the exact place it's at. I could just line up the steering wheel, but I want to be a little more precise because I hate working on this thing, especially when I've already done it. Let's go to anti-lock brakes, data. You know, for some reason the screen looks clearer looking at the camera than it does in my, you know, in like real life looking at it. All right, steering angle is at negative 15.2%. I'm gonna straighten it out. All right, so I'm gonna take it off there. Hopefully it'll be at 1 degree when I put it back on. All right, there it is. She's out. You can actually see where we were trying to hit it to get it off. We just couldn't dent it because we were hitting it with like extensions and stuff. It just wasn't working. We couldn't get the right angle. We were hitting it at like this angle instead of head on like you should. So now that it's out, we can, or I can, dent that the way it should be and make it clear. It wasn't as bad as I thought to get that out. It was relatively easy. I guess I've worked on so much incredibly hard to work on Nissan stuff that it's just normal now. Whoa. Oh yeah, that didn't break my screen. Alright, new gasket's on. I'm going to try to one-handed pass this header up through. I thought it was hard to put this on the engine when it wasn't in the car one-handed. It's definitely going to be hard now. Alright, I don't want to mess up a gasket. I'm going to do this two-handed. Alright, here we go. Now we have clearance. It's about the width of my finger, just shy. So hopefully this thing won't be rattling the dash like crazy all the time now. So if anybody's ever thinking about building a G and wants to put like eBay tubular headers, or I think even Megan Racing headers, make sure around these by the collector, that definitely needs tapped in. I didn't know that when I built the car, and that's why I'm here now. Alright, everything's back on. Downpipes are tight again. This one up here on the passenger side had come loose. That's all tightened down, new bolts, new gaskets everywhere. Just gotta put the intake back on. Well, I don't yet hear any vibrations, so hopefully it's good. Alright, so hopefully we don't have any dash rattle. If we have any like exhaust rattle back here, it just is what it is. It's the eBay exhaust. But hopefully we won't have any more dash rattle. That's what I was trying to fix. Oh, and the car is up to 10. No dash rattle. That's a lot of exhaust.
How did it fit? That's crazy.
Well guys, it's official, the G is fixed. I don't know if you guys like seeing it on the channel or not. I like looking at it, but I don't like when it's on the channel because it usually means I have to fix something. So it should be good for quite a long time now, unless we're modding it. Hopefully it's not going to be on the channel for maintenance stuff. But yeah, I actually fixed this entirely. Even when we used to turn, it used to buzz a little with the steering shaft, but it's good to go now. Here, I'll do a little forward action for you after this, whatever this. Oh, Jesus Christ! There's. Did your stomach sink a little bit? They almost crashed. So, no steering shaft buzz. Excited for that. Hopefully the steering, or not the steering. Hopefully the header bolts won't back out now too. It's all right. We're driving on coilovers on a backcountry road. I mean, there's not much we can do about the camera shake. So, this was a fun one to make. I didn't expect this to be as easy as it was. A couple of YouTubers I watched kind of made it seem like it was like the hardest thing ever. They said it was a 9-hour job. It took me like 3-4 hours. I took a break in the middle, so I'm not really sure. 3 or 4 hours. Really not that bad if you got kind of skinny arms. So, appreciate you guys tuning in, watching this video, supporting the channel. I hope to see you in the next one. Talk to you later.